Hello everyone. I'm Yuichiro Yamada, CEO of the Findy. Thank you very much for today's presentation. And today I would like to share about our company history and strategy, and also I would like to share what the difference between Japanese entrepreneur and Korean entrepreneur, because I met more than 100 or 200 CEO and CTO here. And before my presentation, I would like to share about myself. And I worked in Mitsubishi Heavy Industry after graduated, and moved on to Boston Consulting. And I had experience of a startup, edtech startup company for the 7 years, and which is already IPO company. And then I found Findy almost 9 years ago. And this is a company overview. We have more than 360 staff, mainly in Tokyo, and currently we start Seoul office and Bangalore office in India. And we are kind of a Series D startup company, and we already get a fundraising 4.3 billion yen. And this is our shareholder, including a Korean venture capital, which is our LB investment. So they support our expansion in Korean market right now. And this is our today's agenda, explaining about our Findy and the Findy Team Plus, which is our product in the Korean market, and the growth history of Findy, and Japan-Korea tech synergy, so on. And this is our company's vision. We focus on creating a platform that unlocks software engineers' highest potential. Because in Japan and in here, Korea also, we have a population decreasing issue and elderly society. So we need a digital transformation and also digital innovation for the society. So we focus on engaging a software engineer and AI engineer. They challenge for new innovation. So that's why we focus on a software engineer platform right now. And this is our main product. So our revenue, 95% from those kind of product. In Japan, we started from a recruiting platform, and we already have more than 130,000 users and more than 1,000 clients, and we develop algorithm to analyze GitHub, OSS activity, and then we predict next year's salary. So it's a very interesting for high level, highly skilled engineer. So that's why we can grow very quickly, and we add Findy freelance, which is a freelance version of our Findy jobs. And then currently we start a Findy Team Plus, which is a software engineering analytics platform, and we support how adapt for AI or developer productivity, so on. And currently we start those kind of a new product in the Japan market. We have a DevOps platform, so which is analyzing AI tools, DevOps tool vendors, review from Japanese developers. So currently we held a conference in Tokyo focusing an AI engineering summit, and we invite a Cursor or Anthropic, such kind of AI player, because Japan is second largest AI market for US AI vendor right now. And also we start AI product of Findy Team Plus or PDM for the PDM product currently. And this year we launched a TV commercial in Japan, use of Dragon Ball animation, because this female boomer is a genius engineer on the TV program. So we use this character for our TV commercial in Japan. This is the history of our Findy growth. We already finished our Series D fundraising almost 1 year ago, and our revenue this year probably almost more than 5 billion yen 2025. So we can go like 150% our current years. And this is like our client numbers. So we achieved like more than 3,800 clients, mainly in Japan. And currently including like a Japanese big enterprise company like Honda, Toyota, Panasonic, because like those kind of like enterprise companies start to hire like software engineer to build like their own developer organization right now. Yeah, in Japan, just now we start like a digital transformation, and then they start to use like AI tools currently. So we can grow very quickly to support like those kind of company right now. And the Findy Team Plus in the Korean market. So at the beginning, we would like to explain about like what is a Findy Team Plus. So this service maximizes like business impact with the developer workflow data. So we get the data from like a GitHub, Jira, those kind of Atlassian product, and also GitLab. You know, like currently, GetDX, which is like a US company acquired by like Atlassian, and I think like a $1.5 billion. I heard $1 billion. I'm sure, but this product like visualization is the most important. Like function. So visualize the development workflow for clear insights. And then we have like AI analyze system to understand like what kind of like improvement point of like organization. And we also like support like improvement of like developer organization right now. Yeah, of course, like currently like AI is like a most like impact for our business right now, because like a lot of like AI player start like a business in Japan. Of course, like our company use like Debian, Grind, Cursor, Claude Code currently, and coding process totally changed like this year. So this year is like same as like my 9 years after like founding my own company right now. So what the difference is like you can check like this graph in our product. So blue, this is a kind of like activity of like our company's engineer. Blue bar shows engineer write down the code, and red bar shows like AI write down the code. So this code like written by AI. And currently like 80 to 90% of like source code are written by like AI. So we start from like Debian, but he changed like a tool from like a Debian to like a Claude Code. So it's kind of like a huge impact for our organization right now. So that's why like we add like those kind of function. So this is one of like AI adoption rate of the company. So which team can adapt for the AI quickly, and what the difference rate between like teams and departments, so on. And you can drill down like which person can use like AI for, it's kind of a drill down tool also. And still like a Japanese enterprise love to use like GitHub Copilot. So we support like usage of like GitHub Copilot adaptation right now. Those kind of AI tools like support like proceed like using like AI tool in the developer organization right now. And we started like our Seoul office from this July, and we already have like around like 10 paid clients, mainly like a startup company we started, but we currently like a POC phase of like a big enterprise company, and they want to improve like their developer organization and also adapt for like AI right now. So we have like partnership, for example, like Megazone, such kind of like a player support like our expansion in Korea. And last part, Japan Korea tech synergy. This is like what's like a potential of like a Korean startup. So before I explained this slide, I have met with over 100 Korean startup CEO, CTO, and I have a lot of insight into strengths of a Korean startup and the potential for Japanese market. And what the strength is Korean company is really high technology comparing to other countries, and still a lot of engineer who like map or search or cloud AI so on. So I will explain in detail about strengths of Korean startup. So first one is startup are invest heavily in engineering and development, and many are highly technology oriented. So for example, if you visit a Japanese startup, I think 20 to 30% of staff occupied on the engineer. But in Korea, I think 50 or 60% from an engineer oriented person. It's very common in the Korean startup. So it's very interesting for me. So that's why we feel a potential in the Korean market. And also, speed of catching up new technology is really higher than other countries. For example, in Japan, MCP trend is April, but here in Korea, January. So similar as US trend. And also, already mentioned a strong global orientation, and English level is much higher than Japanese people. So it's a kind of a opportunity for Korean startups. And also challenge for a Korean company. Honestly, B2B business is not so much deeply than Japanese environment. Because in Japan, customer pay much amount of the money compared to a Korean startup company. So we can grow with startup clients at the beginning and then move on to enterprise company. So, for example, S&M sales and marketing process is much, sophisticated in the Japanese market, and also Japanese language barrier is much higher than here, I think. So we have allergy of English, honestly. So if we wrote other language, just close a window. So please be careful. And we already explained about S&M cost. So we have a stance of investment of S&M more than Korean company. So it's a kind of a difference between our market. And then what is the potential of a Korean company? So AI technology and industrial domains. So here there are a lot of robotics companies and also AI oriented manufacturing solution. So those kind of company have opportunity for the Japanese market, I think, and also providing a technology in an area where Japan still lags behind. For example, map, map technology or GPU cloud or something like that. About those kind of technology connected to government issue. So probably those kind of startup need a collaboration with a Japanese company, I think. And kind of K-pop, such kind of domains really popular in Japan. Probably everyone know. So that's why we can support particularly in DevOps area and the AI area opportunity in the Japanese market. So we held those kind of conference, AI Engineering Summit, or more than 7 or 8 conference, not really so big, but we held more than 1,000 people gathering those kind of conference. And if you are interested in the Japanese market, and understanding you want understanding the Japanese company, please contact to me. It's Kakao's QR code. So after my presentation, I will exchange a LinkedIn also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your presentation.